Okay, well, you got to understand, for my life, obviously, until I became a lawyer, I depended upon my family for a lot of support. And they were there to support me while I was going through college, while I was going through law school. Not only personal support, financial support. I mean, they used to send me, little care packages. And I appreciated that. And so, after I became a lawyer, and now I'm in a position where I can do something that is important to them, important to all of us as a family, but to the extent that I can do that for them made me feel really good inside that I'm sort of giving back here. You've helped me, I've gained this knowledge, I've gained this expertise. What better pleasure could I have than to do that for my own family and be able to give it to them? I was pretty driven in the sense that once I decided I wanted to become a lawyer, my goal was, okay, I got to, as quick as I can do it, I want to be in business. I want to be working. My family was entrepreneurial. They had a business, and I worked in the family business. It was a beer and soda distributor. But I have a sense of, okay, if this is what the goal is, we want to get to the end as quick as we can. Let's get on with it. So once I got into college, I figured I'll double up on classes, and I did. I would take 21 credits instead of 18 credits, and during the summer, instead of taking 12 credits, I tried to jump it up to 18 credits, and it was a grind, believe me, but I got through in 3 years. And then when it came to law school, it was kind of a funny story. I grew up in New York, and it was hard to get into law school in New York. And I applied and actually didn't get into the ones I wanted to get into, but there was the school in California, Western State University, and I was kind of intrigued about coming to California anyway. It was just different than New York City, where I grew up. And it was a lot cheaper, and I was on my own nickel. I paid for my own education going through law school, so that was an important factor as well. So I made the jump to come out to California, to San Diego, and I had just gotten married. So my wife and I moved out here, rented an apartment, and I started law school, and it was great. Being out here in San Diego was like being on vacation. But I was out here for probably about a year and a half, and I told my wife, I said, this is really good. I said, but I got to get back to the city. I grew up in New York City. This is, I want to go back to city life. And so I applied and was accepted at Brooklyn Law School in New York. And so we made the trek back to New York, and I did my third year of law school back at Brooklyn Law School. And we were living out on Long Island. I was commuting on the trains. And the commute was basically about an hour and 45 minutes each way if everything ran on time. But that's life back there. That's how people live. And so I was doing that, and I remember in December, I'm standing on the platform waiting for the train, and it's not raining, it's sleeting, right? And I'm standing there with my briefcase, and I'm looking up and I'm saying, what did I do to myself? So at that point, I went home, I said to my wife, I said, I think when it comes time to take the bar, I said, I think I want to go take the California bar and move back out to California. It was really nice out there. And so she was going to wring my neck, I think. But she was pregnant at the time, so she had no choice but to follow me back. So lo and behold, we wind up back in San Diego. Been here ever since, raised our kids out here. It was actually the best decision we ever made to raise the kids out here. But that's sort of a funny story about how my legal education went.